Andrew, great to have you back. John! Nice to meet you guys. Okay. I know it's running around the retreat too. That's good for you to come into the retreat.
That's gonna really work over. I feel like we schedule it.
Yeah, Russ, do you think you got this right? Did you bet?
Thanks.
I'm in the betting, like, I'm in the betting mode now.
I bet. Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah, I did. What do you bet on?
I bet on Crandall's midterm.
It's legal now. It is legal.
I bet on a number for Weaver in midterm, but
I'll bet.
you got to bet on Crandall, right?
Which is do better than the.
No, better than the 85 hole.
Some bits. I understand.
That one.
I saw the home run. One Kate Cole. I got one.
But I saw someone telling the extremes of what these families want are amazing. Like, get me, iPad and I need a pair of socks. Like, those are on the extremes of like what you should get. I think gift cards would be.
The big one.
We seem not to do as good this year. I know. Maybe we just. All right. Who's got A answer Alpha? Lucio, by the way, did you watch the video? Okay, this is gonna be a crazy question. What were you doing that you haven't had a chance? So you figured out how to be here.
Yeah.
So we're just happy you're here. All right, B as in broccoli. B as in broccoli. Now, the tougher question. How could I, if it was a perfectly competitive market, how would I figure out what the marginal revenue product is? How could I calculate it?
The marginal revenue times price.
Okay, you've got the price, it's not marginal revenue though.
Actually. It's.
MP. So you got MP times price. It gives you MRP. Nice. Now, if it was not perfectly competitive, it would be a change in total revenue over a change in inputs. Okay. Ross, are you going on the senior retreat tomorrow?
No.
It's like you've been on 7 retreats already this year. Change in total revenue over change in input. Okay. All right. Also, can I get rid of that? Thank you. Your textbook calls MRP value of marginal product of labor. It's like VMPL. Looking at the AP exam, they usually call it marginal revenue product. This is often AP exam. So that's what I do. But when you read the book and it says value of marginal product of labor, it's the same thing as MRP. Okay. All right, Ross.
Whatever you're looking for God, I was on board the spirit, and then dear God, pray for a successful and kind of a relaxing retreat for the guys going on today, and pray for a good second half of the school week. Amen. Send them up to the south.
Feel like an hour ago, I thought it was Tuesday. And someone just said it was Wednesday. I mean, the week's flying for me. All right, so first period, the notes weren't due today, but now they are. Notes are due tonight at 11:59. chapter 18, we'll have a quiz on chapter 18 Monday. Practice quiz is posted. I'll do a review Sunday night and Monday morning. And then Monday, we'll vote on, should we have a quiz on chapter 19? Okay. Okay, yes, sir.
Would you say MRP was in perfect competition?
MP, marginal product times price. The calculations, right? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Partner up with someone, go over these 6 things, and I'll get back to you.
Divided by 10, you know, and how do you tell? It's like it's one. I think from you. I think. Yeah. Man, intensity was up. Like less than one.
Yeah.
I think it's less than one.
We just did dates.
Dynamic duo.
RC is waiting for.
Marginal resource cost. All right, anything up here, you or your partner need a brush up in? Let's go. Pick someone in the room. All right, first, what do you need a brush up in? Do you need the formula? What do you need? Go.
So that would be the quantity demanded over the percent change in quantity demanded over the percent change.
Okay, so good job. Percent change, you said in quantity demanded over percent change in price. And while you're on a good roll, if it was greater than 1, what type of elasticity?
It's greater than one, that means it's inelastic.
E. And if you get stuck, it means that quantity demanded is moving more than price, so it's elastic. Right? And then 1 would be, and then under 1 would be inelastic, right? Okay. Anything else, people? Alex?
Calculate
MRC. Anyone to help them? All right. It's wage in perfect competition. It's just the wage. But otherwise, it's change in total cost over change in inputs.
It's just not the percentage change.
Anyone else? Then,
So you said the MRC equals the wage and is equal to, what's that? I'm sorry, the one.
yeah, it's either wage or change in total cost over change in input.
The formula for the cost price.
All right, what's on top? Yeah. Yeah, so percentage change quantity demand of product A over percentage change of price. For product B. Ross, what's a positive number in cross price elasticity?
It's something to,
Could you say it like you have some confidence?
that's something to
And a negative?
compliment.
Okay.
Elasticity,
Victor, income elasticity?
percent change quantity or.
Over. Victor, do you remember what a positive number is?
Um.
You got it. And negative is very. Ross, would you like to know that last year the kids got crushed on the midterm on that? I would know this. Anything else? Sam, sorry.
Is it wage only for perfect competition?
Correct. And the other one works for both, Sam. Anything else? Go.
Actually, I'm not.
NP, in perfect competition, it's MP times P. Otherwise, it's change in total revenue over change in input. Okay? It's okay. Anyone else? We got everything, right? We good? Do you need this or can I change? If you need it, just someone say something. All right. This is your feedback, 8.8. They wanted to know what L is. L stood for labor, like the demand for labor, the supply for labor, okay. All right, why is minimum wage above the equilibrium? If the market is paying $5 an hour, and then I set a minimum wage at $4 an hour, that doesn't help anyone, right? Because people are gonna get $5 an hour anyhow. So you try to set the minimum wage above it, so at least people are making $8 an hour. All right, it's the minimum wage, it's not like a maximum. Does the resource market mean supply and demand? Yes, the market graph, supply and demand. Fewer testing quizzes. I think that would hurt you. I think like the times I double up on chapters or I extend, I think like it just makes it more material for you and it's harder. I think like it's like next year, I'm actually gonna break up the market structure unit in half. Because I just think there's just too much material for you guys to try to get to know. Would you say we average an assessment a cycle? Is that right? We don't usually have two a cycle, do we? We might sometimes, but we usually have one, like lectures usually assessment, right? Okay. All right, someone wanted me, they wanted me to go over the first extra credit. And by the way, if you tried the extra credit, I fixed it, like, for some reason it shut down last night at 12:01. Which of the following explains why a production possibilities curve? All right, if it's concave, the production possibilities curve. Russ, we could fall on someone's class. G. All right, if it's concave, what do we know about it?
whatever.
Okay, call on someone.
At the highest opportunity cost is in the middle.
No,
No.
I'll call on Noah.
As long as the cost is increasing.
Okay, we got increasing opportunity costs. I'd say no to this if you want to win with that. And why?
Because resources aren't easily attached.
Right. Resources are not adaptable. Okay. I guess that was the first extra credit someone wanted to review. All right, we're good on everything? Could you draw an excise graph showing me consumer producer surplus and deadweight loss after the tax? Just the supply and demand to start, then an excise tax on that. No, just a supply and demand slide. About this right.
Because I don't remember like if it's.
You got everything. You got everything there. Which is good. Okay. All right. Excise tax, if you remember, just shifts supply left. Okay, could someone tell me how big the tax is?
Like the line between the two supply lines.
Are you talking this?
Yeah.
So that would be how much? You're right.
Oh, $4.
$4. Okay, you're right. So the tax is $4. All right, again, you go between the two supply curves, you could do like Evan did 12 and 8, you could have 184, whichever one you get. All right, so consumer surplus above the price, below demand is going to be right in here. Ross, if the consumer's paying 12, but the tax is 4, how much does the producer get to keep? 8. So the producer's price is really 8. We're going to draw a line there. Below the price, above supply is producer surplus. Victor, this little rectangle I drew represents what? Yeah, tax revenue. Good job. And here is your deadweight loss. All right. Now, something I did a horrible job on, John, but I want to remind you is total surplus, which is consumer surplus plus producer surplus plus tax revenue. Okay. All right. There's always a question like this, like on the midterm. You know, it could be asking you what the tax the consumer's paying, where's consumer surplus, it could be an FRQ like this. Like set up and asking you letters. Any questions on this? You guys are good? Okay, I'm good if you're good. All right, quick multiple choice question, quick review of one of the ones that seemed like people got wrong on the extra credit. I'll give you 45 seconds to look at it. I also opened up the extra credit, right? Like if you want to look at the ones you answered, what you got right or wrong, it's now available for you at most of your local Powerball stations. What do we got here, Christopher? C. Victor? C. Jose? All right, C. Price equals marginal cost, which equals average total cost. Patrick, is B true? In the long run, does price equal average revenue?
Yeah,
So why isn't it the answer?
because it's not empirically competitive, right? No, it is empirically competitive.
Okay, so why isn't it the answer? And C is right.
Yeah.
Why is B not the answer?
I don't know.
Mr. Jenkins?
It also equals the average revenue on the short run.
Yeah. Like B is also in the short run, A is also in the short run. All right, so like these things are right, but they're only in the short run. This distinguishes the long run. Okay, okay. And that's the graph. What did it say? Price equals. What was the answer?
I see those average revenue.
Average revenue equals ATC, right? Okay. All right, all right. We're going now, Matt. We're moving on to today. Characteristics of perfect competition. Very similar in the labor as in the product market. Many small firms hiring more workers. Where in the product market, it's like identical product. It's workers with identical skills. Now, what do I mean by identical skills? Like me and Sam, we don't have identical skills. His IQ is like 140 and mine's like 80. But if you put us in McDonald's, we both can throw French fries into a fryer. So we have those skills. Even though this McDonald's, oh my God. Hey, it was a great day today. They were opened on time. That doesn't happen every day because I check on them. And they figured out how to put the apple pie in the microwave.
You actually,
No. Milkshake? The ice cream machine is permanently broken. Wage is constant, like price is constant, wage is constant, right? That's the wage there, and workers are wage takers. Very similar. Like I said, a lot of this stuff, there's a twist of difference, but a lot like what we've learned before. All right, here is your side by side in the labor. Same thing. It got to be wage. Don't go with price here because you'll get a point to it. Demand for labor. If you go D and S, you're okay. I just put that just to remind you. Okay. And then Supply equals MRC, I put also equals wage. And demand equals MRP. And I'm just gonna remind you that MRP equals MP times P. So when we're looking to shift the demand curve, we need things that affect MRP. Go Sam.
And the demand line, can that be straight or does it have to be curved?
No, you could straighten out the line. Okay. And by the way, I probably haven't said this, but when you use line paper on your test, I would always put like the wage through the, on the line of the paper. Makes it like perfect, but hey. Okay. All right, I don't know, did we talk about derived demand yesterday? I'll talk about it today. And it's common sense in a way. How do you determine how many pizza makers you need? By how many pizzas you sell. So derived demand is the demand for resources is determined by the product they produce. So if I'm a car mechanic, the demand for car mechanics is determined by the demand for cars. The demand for cheese is determined by the amount of pizza sold. Alicia, you should complain about your retreat. You don't even miss a whole day Friday. It's a late arrival. It's like they cheated you out of a mistake.
I didn't even know that. I don't know there. I'd rather be in school than go on retreat anyway.
Alicia,
It's like the worst time for retreat.
hold it. Give the retreat a chance. No, I'm not being serious.
No, I know.
Mr. Crandall said it was transformational.
I said worst thing.
It might change your life and you have something more important. Alicia, I don't have enough class time to tell you why. All right. Now, demand for labor, very similar as demand for product, except we're using workers. Demand is a different quantity of workers that businesses are willing and able to hire at different wages. Jose, if wages go up, are firms going to want to hire more or less workers? Less. So there's an inverse relationship. So the law of demand for labor is an inverse relationship, like the law of demand for products. Wages go up, firms don't want to pay people a lot of money. How? I mean, like, minimum wage is one, but like to be competitive in a market, you usually gotta, raise your wages. Like, we get a wage increase once every like 5 or 10 years. No. We got a big wage raise last year. Yeah, you had that, right?
Yeah, in the perfect market for labor, is it that there's like infinitely many firms or is it infinitely many workers?
Kind of both. Like the product market, right? Thousands of firms of everyone making identical. So you can get as many workers as you want.
So it's like thousands of available workers doing the same thing.
Yes.
Perfectly competitive, if there's like minimum wage, would that only affect MRC? It would just raise it.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good. You should be an econ major. Well, no, then you'll know economics. You couldn't come back and replace me because you wouldn't get paid enough. All right. Supply is a different quantity. Now, if wages go up, do more people want to work? Yeah. Okay. which by the way, is gonna happen big time for teachers. Because they have no teachers. So eventually, I don't know what's going on in the public school. They might put robots up in front of those classrooms.
So use your YouTube videos.
I am truthfully thinking of selling them to like public schools that don't have a union teacher.
Should make a match.
I kind of, I'm on it. I'm on it. It's my retirement thing. Don't make fun of me, Christopher. I'm like 80 years old. I can retire. And by the way, can I get a better class than you, Christopher? No. All right. All right, the three shifters. Now, Ross Weaver is going, MRP is demand, MP equals P, got to be part of the shifting. So, change in the demand for product. Andrew, if the demand for pizza change, does the price have to change?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're really changing the price, right? Price will increase or decrease. So there is the price in MP times P. The second one is going to be productivity. Now, a lot of times you guys are going to think, well, if you're more productive, you could use less workers. But if you're more productive, you could sell more product, okay? When we say technological advances, technology that doesn't replace people, that augments people, okay? That makes people more efficient. And then you got your substitutes and complements.
What an increase in the price, decrease the demand for that product.
The demand for the resource. So an increase in the price of pizza makes me more valuable. Because say like I was selling a $10 pizza and I was making one pizza, I was bringing in $10, but now I'm bringing in $12. Do you know what I mean? So I'm bringing in more revenue. Huh?
Aren't you selling less though?
No, I mean, if demand increases, doesn't quantity and price increase?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now the supply shifters. All right, this is the number one, the number of workers. It's the number one, and like education, training, ability, also like immigration. God bless you. Now, if you had to get a license to be a waiter, what would happen to the supply of waiters? What? They would go down. All right, and by the way, do you need a license to be an Uber driver? You need a driver's license. Now, you used to need a license to be a taxi driver, but Uber makes like the supply of drivers. Like everyone should be an Uber driver. If you're just in the neighborhood, you just pick someone up. All right, and then personal value. So like when I was your age, 95% of the moms stayed home. All right, but now women are more in the workforce, so the supply of workers has increased. All right, so those are the supply shifters.
Isn't 3 just an extension of 1 though? Or
Yeah,
another?
no, it's more spelled out. You're right. Because you're just getting more or less workers, right? And like leisure time has increased. Like when I was your age, like everyone had 2 weeks off. Now people like have months, 6 weeks. And besides teachers, that's why people became teachers. How you feeling, Alyssa? Are you okay? It'd be my pleasure.
Can you explain number one?
Yeah. Because MRP is demand. If price increases, my value, I'm gonna bring it. So like I said, Sam, if I make one pizza at $10, I'm bringing in $10 worth of revenue. But now if I make one pizza at $12, I'm bringing in $12 worth of revenue. So I become more valuable. You also could pay me more because I'm making. You're making. Okay, good question. Thank you. All right, did I put this in your notes?
Yeah.
All right. So it's either increase, decrease, or stay the same to fill in the blanks. So Victor, let's just do the first one as an example. An increase in demand for microprocessors leads to.
Decrease.
Are you
Oh,
gonna
no,
need
increase, sorry.
an increase, right? You're gonna need more workers. Okay, all right, that's okay. Okay, Zach, what do you got for number two?
I have decrease.
An increase? Did you say decrease or increase?
Decrease,
I think piping, are people gonna buy more or less plastic piping?
left.
You said?
No, I see.
Okay, all right. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
All right. And Andrew, an increase in demand for small homes leads to. Huh? Decrease, yeah. How are you feeling? Were you sick? Or you just took a couple of days off? Went to Hawaii? Okay. John, were you sick too?
Yeah.
What did you have?
I have
Companies, a decrease in the price of trains. So now people are taking trains, so they're not gonna demand trucks. Good job. Andy, number 5. Increase or decrease?
Increase.
Increase. Okay, and that's because a lower price in sugar, people are gonna buy more soda, you're gonna need cans. And Patrick, last one. So Patrick, you're going to get an education, so less people want you.
Yeah. Oh, no. I was saying like. It's more.
Constant though, you're not really changing you're just changing the supply, not really the demand.
No, because you are making yourself more productive.
You're just talking about an individual level.
Yeah.
Uh,
Empty. All right, last thing before you pack up. Hold it. I just want, there's a chart there, right? I just want you to start the chart. And I'm just total product. It starts at 1, not 0. So just put in 1, 7, 2, 7, and then we'll do this tomorrow. I just want you to have the chart started. Okay, once you're done with that, you could go. Guys who are going on the retreat have a transformational experience. Alicia will get a good attitude change.
There's no 7. Should we s- like, put-
Yeah, just say it's 6. You're fine.
Like, do we got music right now?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.